Morning, everyone. I hope that everyone can hear me because I kind of messed up my microphone. I knew what I was doing. I'm not the best technology wise, but I try. I'm just going to show you my little morning routine. I mean, a lot of times I do this before I do anything else in the morning. And then there's days like today that it took too long to get my coffee. It's because I had a great weekend, though. I had such a fun weekend. I had to spend it with my partner. This is one of my favorite cups. Be silly, be honest, be kind. I think that pretty much sums me up. All right, let's settle in. Sorry, I haven't even managed to get dressed yet. Nice little scalp stimulation is always good. My partner's going to come back in and be like, "What are you doing?" I'm doing a morning meditation. See, this is real mornings at my house. Not exciting, but I love it. Okay. See, you can hear the music in the back. I hope. I've got some nice, it's like wind chimes. It came up as a suggestion for me, and I thought, ooh, yeah, I think I will like that. I'm sorry, I'm having problems with my rope. Just a second. There we go. Much better. Smiling is a good way to start too. And I like to move and sway. This morning I feel like, all right, world, I'm here. I'm awake. Some mornings I'm like, wow, I'm here. I'm awake. Here I am. And then some mornings are like today where I'm like, okay, I'm here. And it's all good. It's all good. I love Louise Hay. And I feel like she's still here with us. If any of you don't know, Louise Hay was this woman who she founded Hay House Publishing Company, which is a publishing company that they publish a lot of like spirituality and self-help kind of books. But Louise didn't start that until her 40s. And I just think that that is amazing that she went so far in her life and she didn't even get started until her 40s. And she never really let age stop her do anything. She just kept working and doing things and doing what she loved and spreading her message of she had a her first book, I believe, was How to Heal Your Life, something like that, similar. If it's not exactly, it's very similar. I think some people called it her little blue book, but I found Louise Hay during a time in my life where I was really searching. I knew I didn't feel good and I wanted to feel better. I knew I felt confused and I wanted clarity. And I knew that I had things in me that weren't being expressed and that it couldn't be like that. Like I couldn't live like that forever. And so I stumbled upon Louise Hay. And that really helped me. I think the first things I got a taste of like, I was raised very, very strict Christian, and I still have a lot of things in my spirituality that is very Christian based because that's my comfort level. And to each their own, I say, you connect the way that you want to connect. It's just my comfort level. This is how I do it. I feel a connection when I pray, and when I pray in the Christian form. Um, but so I started off, and I had this is turning more into story time, which is like me. I love telling stories and singing. Yeah, so I think the first book that I stumbled upon that was like different than normal, like Christianity, but spiritual, was Anatomy of the Spirit. Caroline Mace, I believe is her name. Always been a little unsure of how to pronounce her last name. But Anatomy of the Spirit was a huge book for me. Like, I've bought so many copies of that book because I would buy it and I would like fill in things and highlight things. And then somebody I knew would come along and need the book. And so I would pass my book on to them to borrow. I usually didn't get it back, but that's okay. Then I bought another copy. Now I think I have it on Audible, but I don't think I have a hard copy, and I kind of miss that sometimes. I think I need to get a new copy. But I stumbled on that first, and I like have memories of having my baby in the baby carrier, like a little. And I didn't wear her in the baby carrier very much, but I was in a bookstore. I love bookstores, and I had her in the baby carrier, and I was walking around the bookstore, and I found Anatomy of the Spirit, and she was sleeping in there, and I just was reading, and it was like, whoa, and I connected with that book so much, and it like woke me up for me to realize. And some things that they talked about, it took me a little while to embrace, like even talking about like the chakras. It seemed a little bit too woo-woo for me at first. And still I think about things like I do chakra meditations and I talk about chakras, but I still think of them as the same way that maybe Tom Campbell, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, the author of My Big Toe, but the same way that he says that we're all just living in kind of like a video game is how he looks at it. It's not like that we're actually living in a video game, but that's how he kind of perceives things in order for him to make sense of our current reality. And I think the chakra systems are kind of like that. It's like, do I think you literally have a literal red spinning thing inside you, or green on your throat or blue in your heart? No, but that's like how we visualize things, and it's like just set up like that. It's a way of explaining. It's a way of explaining different energies, and we use the colors to kind of give you a feel of what that. Because colors evoke different emotions. And I love color psychology too. Um, so colors evoke different emotions, and so we give each chakra a different color to try to signify what it feels like. At least that is my interpretation. That is strictly my interpretation. And you guys will realize that I come at things really super organically and I just tell you how I feel. And sometimes people will be like, well, do you know? And they'll say some word and I'm like, I don't even know that word. I don't know it. Oh, anyway, connecting. Connecting feels good. I already did my my sage and Palo Santo. Mixed feelings about that. I really love them and they really help me to connect and I feel good when I'm around that. And I don't know if it's just an association of like I associate smelling that smell to having a spiritual opening or if it truly does help me with my spiritual opening. But my conflict is that my daughters told me that some people think that it's like cultural appropriation type of thing. And I'm not quite sure what I think of all of this kind of stuff. I do think it is good to respect people's cultures, but I don't know how I feel about like all these buzzwords of like cultural appropriation and different things like that. I think sometimes it can get taken too far if you want to, if I'm being completely and utterly honest. Um, I feel like it can cause division where when people I mean, of course sometimes people can take things from other people's cultures and they can exploit them, right? But a lot of times it's just another person finding beauty in that culture and we all should find the beauty in all things and whatever resonates with us we should hold on to whatever resonates with us and it shouldn't be like I wasn't born Native American and so I can't be open to um, the wisdom that they have for connecting to source and for doing different things. I mean, no disrespect for this whatsoever because I have great respect for things. But I just think in any culture, in any different things, I think we want the vibration of our world to go up in any way that we can. And if this is a way that a person has found that they can raise their vibration, then as long as they're using it for that, go ahead and, it's wonderful. If I find something, I want to pass it on to other people. Move your shoulders, roll your neck. Honestly, do whatever you want to do. I just find, and I'm kind of swaying my hips back and forth too, bonking my nose on the microphone. Feel free to open up your throat chakra by making any sounds that you feel like making. Just shake your hips, move your body. Allow yourself to feel good in any way that feels good to you. My back has been just a little bit stiff. And like I said, feel free to move in ways that make your body feel good. This is just my morning movement time, and you can do it like me or as a jumping off point. You can follow me, or you can do it your own way. Now, I want to remember to drop my grounding cord. This is another symbolic thing. I can just be good. If it means something to you, do it. Find your way to get grounded. It is nice that we send a symbolic energy, that send an energy that says, I'm here on this earth, and I want to be here on this earth. Sometimes we feel like we don't want to be. Sometimes it feels too much, right? But I'm here. I'm dropping my grounding cord from my tailbone. And I feel it go through all the layers of the earth. And it goes down, connects to the core, the center of the earth. I like to pretend mine's like a ball. The cord is wrapped around it like yarn wrapped around a yarn ball. Dear God, I pray that I be connected to source energy. Dear God, let your energy flow through me and to me and through me. And I pray that I will be used for the purpose that I need to be used. Show me the wisdom. Show me what I need to know to help myself and to help others. And let me not be afraid to use my gifts. And you connect and talk to Source however feels good to you. Hearing my daughter upstairs. Like I said, scalp stimulation feels good too. And I like to massage sometimes right here. Some people call that your third eye, pineal gland area. And there's so many pressure points on our forehead. Sometimes I like to do like tapping too, EFT and tapping. And sometimes I just like to massage it. about any blocks that you might have too. I feel like I'm dealing with a financial block, and I need to connect with why it is. Because I've had things flow. I know how to make things flow. Mm. 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 Scarcity mindset can really do a number to us. When we were in a time where we've had a fear of not having enough, and that can get down into our bones, it can get down, settle into our spirit. We need to kind of shake that up and loosen it and let it go. They're like, no, you don't belong in my body. Scarcity thinking, get out of my body. Mm-mm. Get out. Because I am allowed to have good things flow to me. Mm. Mm. And I am allowed to do it with ease. Mm. I used to push so much, push, work hard, push. And I just feel like the more that I've just kind of let loose and started to allow and flow, things feel so much better. But every once in a while, old mindsets creep in and they tell me, like, if you're not working hard, if you're not like push, then you're not doing it right and you don't deserve things to flow to you. And I'm like, wait, hold up. Mm-mm, I don't think so. And it doesn't mean that I don't like to put forth effort, because I love to put forth effort. I can spend so much of my energy doing things like this and trying to give back to people. I spend so much of my energy helping people, and I love to. My daughters sometimes call it counseling hour. They're like, all right, it's counseling hour. And sometimes I have to learn how to like stop doing it for other people sometimes and remember to connect with my children too. Because I know when counseling hour hits and I have this person asking me for advice and this person asking me for advice and it's going doot, 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 and sometimes multiple people at once. And I don't mind. For the most part, I don't mind. I love what I'm getting paid for because then it feels like a equal energy exchange. But sometimes I just do it for people I love because I love them. And when I put forth that energy out, it comes back to me. Not everything has to come as money. It's just an energy exchange. And as long as you're getting back in some way, then it's all good. And sometimes what you're getting back is the fact that when you put forth good and positive energy into the world, it just comes back to you. It just comes back. You make the world better. I feel like I did a bad job teaching that to my oldest because I was in such push mentality at that time. Now sometimes I just want to go back and teach her to allow a little bit. to just allow every good moment. And I think I need to remind myself of that often too. Just allow every good moment. Mm. And when we feel abundant, more abundance flows to us too. Some reason I got kind of stuck in a thing of like when things would be taken from me, I stop standing up and fighting for it back. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Part of me, I think I need a middle ground because it used to be that I watched very diligently, even as the cashier was checking my groceries out, and I made sure everything, all the prices were perfect. I put a lot of energy into while I was grocery shopping. I memorized all the prices of everything. I didn't do it even consciously, I just did it. It was more of a subconscious thing. I never put something ever in my cart without looking at the price first. It's like, look, take note, memorize, put it in the cart. And I did it with everything. And then when I got up to the cash register, I watched everything. And if something even was like 10 cents over, I'd be like, nope, that's wrong. And I'd have them go back and change it. And I was just I put a lot of energy into making sure that nobody took anything from me. And I checked my bank statements and my credit card statements very, very thoroughly. And if anything was just a little bit wrong, even if it was like $2, I'd call them up and like, nope, that's wrong. And now I've really let things slide so much. And I think part of it is good in a way, but I think there's nothing wrong with not allowing people to take from you when they shouldn't, when it's not agreed upon, or allowing people to straight up steal from you. My credit card's been hacked, and I have to call the bank once again. I've already had to do it like 2 or 3 times this year, and say, okay, here's all the charges on here that are not supposed to be on here. And one company, it happened to 2 cards. One card was so easy, and the card that it happened to again is a card that makes it so hard. There's so much paperwork. I mean, they can look at the statement and they can see that they're like not legitimate charges. But anyway, yeah, I have to deal with that. And I've been avoiding it, and I've been avoiding a lot of different things like that. I've been allowing a lot of things to just fly. And I think it's good to let some small things fly and to not be so concerned. But I think it's also good to say, like, that's mine, and you can't take things from me that you shouldn't take from me. It's like boundaries, right? What are things that you worry about financially? Do you have anything that's stuck? Anything that's making you stagnant? Kind of think about those things. Think about the things that may be stuck or stagnant. Some, what people call limiting beliefs. You guys see the painting behind me? I love this painting. I found it at a thrift store and I was so happy. I love thrift stores. They make me happy. They're like my happy place. But when I saw it, I connected with it right away, and I was like, I love this. The two butterflies. It makes me think of my partner and I, and that we just became like butterflies together, always trying to soar higher. Mm. Mm. I moved up and I do things my way. I'm like going out of order, chakra wise. I'm thinking about my heart chakra right now. Mm. It's represented by the color green. If any of you care to know that. Mm. But I just like to think of this space in here. Oh. Mm. We can have so much in there trapped in our heart chakra, so much good and so much hurt at the same time. And think about my partner and how much I love him and how I'm so happy to have somebody to grow with me. And that makes my heart chakra feel really glowing, good. And then there's a spot and I feel and I just need to let go of, and it's the hurt. And I don't even feel like mentioning what it is. But I just need to send it love and say, you're okay. You're all good. Sometimes you need to not take things so personal. And remind myself that if I love myself and I let my love shine out to other people, that's the best possible thing I can do. Because I'm only responsible for my own vibration. I'm only responsible for how I feel. Do I want other people to feel good? Yeah, of course I want other people to feel good. For one thing, when other people feel good, you feel better. I mean, as empaths, we always want to make everybody else feel good. But you know, part of the reason why we want to make everybody else feel good, it's because we can feel everything so intensely. So if someone is standing beside me and they feel like shit, I feel it. I don't want to be around someone who feels like shit. I want to make that person feel better. And partly because if I make them feel better, then it feels better to be around them. It's kind of like taking the garbage out. Like, you don't want to sit around and be around stinky garbage. You want to take that garbage out and you want to be in a clear and clean space that smells good. Well, as empaths, we feel everything. So we want everything to feel good because we feel everything so intensely. But sometimes we have to remind ourselves that we're not responsible for anybody else's vibration. We're only responsible for our own, and we can actually positively affect others simply by maintaining our own good vibration. And otherwise, then we just step back away from the person whose energy we don't like. We just step back away from it, back away from the garbage, you know? And I don't mean to say that, I didn't mean that. It sounds so harsh because that sounds like I'm calling somebody garbage. And I don't mean that at all. I was just trying to give a sensory comparison. But there we go again. Like, I don't want anybody to feel bad. If I make somebody feel bad, then they don't feel good, then it doesn't feel good to be around them. I want everybody to feel good. But again, I am not responsible for that. I am responsible for me, and you are responsible for you. That was a little bit of some stuff. Let's shake it out. Get that out. I spilled my coffee on me. Oops. Oh well. Be silly, be honest, be kind. That's kind of how I live. I try. I mean, we all have our ugly sides, right? Dear Lord. I can get the most upset with my kids, and I love and adore my kids. But they're messy. I don't like messy. But somehow I've not done the best job teaching them how to maintain cleanliness. I need to try to work on that. And I hate organization advice because to me, it's more of an energetic thing. It's something energetically that I need to work out with them because I want them to feel like they want to. I don't want it to feel like they have to. And I want them to care how it affects others and care how it affects me, care how it affects themselves. They don't like being around it. That's just something I'm working on. I'm hearing letting go too, letting go. I'm feeling better. I hope you guys are feeling a little better too. I hope this did something and you were able to have like your own connection and to feel like you are ready to be part of this world, that you are connected, that you have a connection to source energy, and that you belong in this earth, and that you're ready to do whatever you can do to make living on this earth a better place, and that you're allowed to be happy in this world. You're allowed to be happy. You're not a bad person if you're not worrying about everything. You're allowed to be happy. I think we have so much anxiety because we're being told that we have to process global information and global concerns and worries. And if we don't care about everything, that somehow we're a flawed individual And so we try to care about everything. And we're not designed for that, I don't believe. Maybe some people can, but for the most part, especially empaths who feel everything, we can't process everything. We have to choose what's important to us and what we are going to put our energy on, and how best we are going to try to illuminate ourselves and let our lights shine and put forth good energy into the world. But we can't worry about everything, or it causes anxiety. And it's okay that we don't worry about everything. It's okay to simply shine our light and I think we can do the best in the world by shining our lights and raising the vibration of our world. I love you all. I'm sending love into the world. As cheesy and as weird as that sounds, I'm going to do my best to put forth my good energy into the world today, and I hope you do the same. Much love.